you, Speaker. My question is for the Minister of Municipal Affairs. It concerns the 2013 ice storms and the municipalities that are still without help, after almost a year of waiting and endless red tape. Last week I asked how much money was going to consulting fees that should be going to municipalities. The minister didn't answer. Instead, he talked about training sessions to help municipalities fill out paperwork. The minister stated all training sessions were done internally by ministry staff. But an email from his ministry says that, in fact, the training sessions are being conducted by the outside firm Landlink Consulting. Wow. Would the minister care to correct his statement?
Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing.
Well, Mr. Speaker, Landmark is a disaster claims processing firm that's done work in British Columbia and Alberta and elsewhere, work that has been very well received, and the work they're doing is designed to expedite the claims process. We don't have a staff sitting over in the Ministry of Municipal Affairs and Housing waiting to respond to the next disaster. When disasters hit us, we pull together a team to manage our response to that. Now, on the red tape side, let me just say this.
The member from Renfrew, Nipissing, Pembroke.
Let me say this on red tape. The single most important reason we're being so careful about the accounting and all the specific receipts here is because of the federal requirements on the cost-sharing program. They have very stringent requirements. When you were in government...
Thank you. The minister will take a seat when I stand. That's not my responsibility, and I don't need rebuttal. Supplementary.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, that doesn't explain why the government hired Landlink Consulting in the first place. The Alberta government put Landlink in charge of disaster claims from last year's flood. But 8 months after the flood, many were still waiting for help. In response, Alberta overhauled their disaster relief system, put the government back in charge, and cut ties to Landlink. Alberta fired Landlink when they were unable to handle that province's flood claims. But here in Ontario, the minister is still making excuses. Minister, how much did we pay the Alberta consultants to come running east straight into the open arms of the Liberals?
Minister?
Well, Mr. Speaker, we're very aware that municipalities are anxious to support the costs that they incur to keep their communities safe. Landlink was, in fact, a successful vendor in a competitive procurement process that was open to all bidders across North America. They're not consultants; they're accountants who are helping to process the specific claims that municipalities need to make, and it's largely.
The member from Renfrew, Nipissing, Pembroke is warned. Please finish.
You know, we're being so careful, Mr. Speaker, about this because the accountability provisions, which we normally get asked about on the other side of the House, are so stringent with the feds. In a previous incarnation, a government responded to a similar situation, shoveled money out the door without any accountability, and when they applied to the feds to get it back, were rejected.
The member from Bruce Grey, Owen.